Saturday morning yoga. My name is Amanda. Thank you so much for being here, back on the live stream. Thank you for those who joined us on Zoom. But yeah, we're back here. Hopefully more people will join us today, and of course you can share this. So thank you for being here today. So let's go ahead and take a comfortable seated position and close our eyes. And just settle in to our morning and to our seat here. Allowing your sit bones to be on the earth beneath you, firmly rooted. Sitting up nice and tall, gently drawing shoulder blades together, tucking tailbone. Just close your eyes, tune into your breath. Belly rising and falling. Know where to go. Know when to be. Just here and now. With your breath in this body. Breathing in, breathing out. Feeling gratitude for our breath. This precious life force. Breathing gratitude for the opportunity to start your Saturday in this capacity. Coming to the mat with this body in this moment. As you continue to breathe in and out, I'm going to share a small passage on ahimsa, which is the yogic concept of nonviolence. And one of the components of ahimsa is compassion, not just for others, but also for ourselves. We learn compassion as we dissolve our personal version of the world and grow gentle eyes that are not afraid to see reality as it is. We learn compassion as we stop living in our heads, where we can neatly arrange things, and ground ourselves in our bodies, where things might not be so neat. We learn compassion as we stop trying to change ourselves and others, and choose instead to soften the boundaries that keep us separated from what we don't understand. We learn compassion as we do simple acts of kindness and allow others' lives to be as important as our own. When we begin to expand the boundaries of our heart, we can see clearly to act in ways that truly make a difference. Compassion is a clear response to the needs of the moment. We see this truth lived out in the lives of the great ones, They act with the compassion and skill that truly changes things. Compassion is more than a sorrowful feeling. It is a powerful inner response, leading to an immediate outward action that takes a risk on behalf of the other. Compassion is like this. It moves us across the boundaries of established norms and often past the boundaries of safety, rushing headlong to do what it can to ease another's suffering. Compassion forgets itself and the standards of protocol to answer the cries of another. Every pair of eyes facing you has probably experienced something you could not endure. Whatever we find ourselves engaged in, this level of ahimsa, or nonviolence, asks us to step lightly, do no harm, and to honor with the relationship we have with the earth, with each other, and with ourselves. It's a workbook of sorts that I'm reading on the yamas and the niyamas, but the work surrounding this component of compassion is asking to first and foremost center on compassion to the self, because that is often where we do the most harm. We are constantly in judgment of ourselves, self-criticism, and we get into this swirl of that sort of negativity that shades our experience that we bring to the world, and how we engage with others is then affected. So today, since you have come to the mat already, which is an amazing way to start your day in an act of self-love, I ask you what kind of compassion you can show to yourself throughout this practice this morning. Often for our yoga practice, that means allowing ourselves to be in the shape as it makes sense for us in the moment. Because part of the physical practice, the asana practice of yoga, it's the challenge. It's asking our bodies to do things that we don't normally ask it to do. And that feels different every time we get on the mat. So can you infuse your movement today with the mind and the heart of compassion? So meaning, for instance, that maybe your balance is a little bit off today from where your monkey mind thinks it, quote unquote, should be. But can you allow yourself to just be where you are and to honor yourself in this moment, to honor your body where it is today, to honor how you show up today, and also to honor any calling you feel inside to push a little bit harder, whatever that is. But that is the practice here, the infusing this asana with the sense of ahimsa, or nonviolence, means first and foremost, no violence to you, to this body, no harm to this being that is inhabiting this vessel for this human experience here on planet Earth. So that's what I invite you to do today. And right now, if your eyes are not already closed, go ahead and close them again, and bring your hands in front of your heart, and maybe take this reading or this concept and translate it into an intention for yourself today. I invite you to take an Om to open our asana practice. Inhale. Excellent. Go ahead and open your eyes. Use your hands to bring your knees together, and go ahead and come around to hands and knees and take a child's pose. especially when it's the first one. I like to have big toes touching and knees wide. I actually like to take child's pose that way all the time. Feels good on the low back. But take toes touching and knees wide. If your body doesn't get to the floor easily, that's great. You don't have to go all the way down to the floor, but also feel free to use any props you have around you to help bring the floor closer to you so that you can experience the benefit of grounding into the earth, whether those are blocks, hands, books, couch cushions, pillows, blankets, whatever they may be. Just allow yourself to be in this shape to start. Feeling the nurturing energy of the earth. As you breathe in and out through the nose, into the nose and out through the nose. Gently pushing the floor away so that your buttocks are getting closer to your heels. Full deep breaths. Can this shape be an offering? An offering to all that is. An offering that says, I am ready to merge, to be in union with the flow of the universe. One more like that. Inhale. As you come into your next round of breath, go ahead and make your way out, coming all the way to hands and knees, hands hips distance apart, reverse that, hands shoulder distance apart, knees hip distance apart. Really firm your fingers onto the earth, root the finger pads down, particularly the knuckles of the index finger, and paying close attention to the place between the thumb and the index finger. Inhale, arching your back, just a few rounds of cat and cow here. Exhale, pushing the floor away. Really bringing navel to spine. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Good. If it feels good on your next round of breath to start making some circles, if that feels okay to you, I invite you to do that. Just arching your back at the top of the inhale, and then as you exhale, bringing your seat all the way back to your heels, but circling as you go. If this is new to you, close your eyes. See if you can invite it in. Nowhere to go, no one watching you to be. You can just be in this fluid state. And maybe your circles, make sure you go both ways. So if you've been going one way, go ahead and reverse directions if you haven't already. It just allows us to bring some movement. Waking up a little bit. And if it doesn't feel good, then don't do it. You can also go back to child's pose. Take one more. Good. Inhaling, exhaling, making your way back to child's pose one more time. Couple breaths there. On your next inhale, go ahead and scoop back through. Curl your toes under and exhale into downward facing dog. And greet yourself in down dog with compassion. Hello body, hello arms, hello feet, hello legs. Everything is waking up now. Spread your fingers wide, root them into the earth. Turn your outer arms under so that the eyes of the elbows are facing the front of the mat. Hollowing out the armpits. Weight moving back toward your feet and into your heels. Go ahead and bend one knee, straighten the other leg, and use that shape to press the weight back toward that heel. Breathing deeply. And then go ahead and switch sides. Again, being intentional about where you're directing the prana. One more big breath there. Go ahead and straighten both legs out. Re-engage the weight toward the heels. And don't worry if your legs are not straight. Like a healthy bend in your knees is good. Your body, your practice. I'm not giving out any gold stars. Go ahead and walk to the top of the mat. The gold star you all get is by showing up today. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold. And a little bend in the knees, particularly because we've just started. Go ahead and root down into the feet. Rise up. Inhale. Hands touch at the top. Exhale through the center. Samasthiti. So go ahead and take a moment here. Close your eyes. Lift your toes. Spread them wide. And then once again, put them back onto the mat. Really feel the energy moving up through the feet. Coming up, up. Going along the spine. All the way out the crown. Like a cord rooting you from the earth up to the heavens. Like a top, rather. If you're spinning, imagine that there's this cord and you can spin yourself open, but you're tethered here. That's the feeling we're going for here. That tethered to the earth and the sky, spinning wide open from that quiet center. Okay. Inhale, bring your arms up. Palms touch at the top, look up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, fold. Step your right leg back into a lunge. First of all, squeeze toward the midline. Engage your back foot. Press the back heel toward the back of the mat. Really feel that glute engage. Left knee tracking over ankle. Maybe fingertips is good here so that you can really engage your legs. Engage your core even. Hips opening, everything squeezing toward the center. You can look up a little bit, maybe, so that your heart is lifting. Inhale, being intentional about your lunge, which we so often just use as a transitional shape, to really be intentional about how we are showing up to this pose. Inhale, exhale, go ahead and lower your back knee. Uncurl your back toe. Rise up. Go ahead and bring both hands to the thighs. Start. And then press forward with your left knee tracking over your ankle getting into your outer right hip here. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. And maybe from there, lift your arms up, reaching toward the sky. Inhale. Little back bend at the top as you exhale. Inhale, Anjayasana. Exhale, lower your hands to the earth. Go ahead and plant your hands. Step back to plank. Top of a push-up, engage your core, engage your arms. You can always bring your knees down anytime you're in plank. Perfectly acceptable. Inhale, and then everybody go ahead and lower your knees as you tuck your elbows toward you. Exhale for supported chaturanga down to the mat. Inhale, little cobra. Hands alongside rib cage, elbows squeezing toward one another. Tops the feet on the earth. Exhale, lower. Bring your forehead to the earth. Go ahead and take your hands out on a diagonal, your fingertips. So tent your fingertips on the earth. You're reaching on a diagonal. From there, inhale, come up so that the fingertips can probably be aligned with the top of the mat. Super cobra. A little bit of a widening here. Look to the right. Inhale through the center. Look to the left. Exhale there. Inhale through the center. Look up. Exhale, slowly lower. Back down to the mat. Take your hands alongside your rib cage once more. Inhale. And then exhale to downward facing dog. Good. Take a breath in down dog. And then you're going to take your next breath, you're going to take your left hand to the outside of your right calf. So you probably need to shorten your down dog stance. Looking under your right armpit. Get a little bit of a spinal twist here. Big inhale. Exhale, open up. Come through the center. Switch sides, right hand to the outside of the left calf. Try to re-engage toward the midline. Look underneath the armpit, inhale. Exhale, push the weight into your heels. One more like that. Good. Back toward the center. Come back into down dog. Full expression. Inhale, right leg up. Pick it up, three-legged down dog. Push that weight into the left heel. Shoot light out of your toes toward the sky with your right leg. On your next exhale, go ahead and bring that leg through to lunge. Once more. And here from this side, just be intentional about your lunge. Maybe tent your fingertips so that you can get a little bit of height there, buoyancy in your hips as you push your left heel toward the back of the mat. That action alone is going to create more space in your legs, really getting into your hips and your groin here. Right knee tracking over right ankle. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, step forward and fold. Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, so look up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root down into your feet as you rise up. Hands touch at the top, tailbone tucks. Exhale, mountain pose. Breathing there. Again, that sensation of really bringing the energy up from the earth into your feet. You can see it as rainbow light, all of the colors of light swirling together, high vibrational healing light. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. And step your left foot back. So we're back in the lunge that we just were in. We're going to stay here for a minute. So tent your fingertips once more. Right knee tracking over left ankle. All your toes on the back foot engaged in the mat. Really pushing that heel toward the back of the room. The sensation you want here is that you ought to be able to lift your hands off the mat and feel perfectly stable in this low lunge. So we're really asking a lot of our legs here. Lift your heart halfway. Inhale. As you exhale, lower your back knee onto the mat and curl your back toe. Inhale, rise up, both hands on your thigh here. Engage your core, tuck your tailbone. Inhale, go ahead and let your knee push out over your ankle, getting into this open left hip here as you lift your arms up. Reaching tall. Inhale, full expression of your back bend. Exhale, really let your front knee come over your ankle. One more breath there. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the mat. Inhale to plank. Exhale there too. Inhale. Go ahead and lower your knees as you exhale. Supported chaturanga, knees, chest, chin to the mat. Uncurl your toes. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower. Forehead to the earth. Once more, tent the fingertips and take the hands on the diagonals. Inhale, come up for this super cobra. Exhale there. Inhale, look to your left. Exhale through the center. Inhale to your right. Exhale through the center. Inhale, center, back bend. Exhale, lower. Inhale, plant your palms. Come up for cobra. And then exhale from there to down dog. Good. Be intentional in your downward facing dog. Find rest, strength, and opening. When you're exhaling, see if you can find a little bit more empty space at the bottom by really pulling the navel toward the spine, engaging Mula Bandha, which is your perineum. One teacher I follow calls it your bathroom muscles. Squeeze those. See if you can get empty, empty, empty at the bottom of that exhale. And then walk it in a little bit closer. Then go ahead and take right hand to left calf. Twisting, down dog. Pushing the weight into your heels. On a breath, go ahead and switch sides. Right hand to right calf. Looking under right armpit. Pressing right hand into the earth. Big belly breath. Good. On a breath, bring it back to the center. Reestablish your down dog. Adho Mukha Shavasana. Inhale, left leg comes up. Exhale, slowly bring it through to lunge. And again, find intentionality with your lunge here. Tent your fingertips perhaps. Right heel pushing toward the back of the mat. Squeezing toward the midline, glutes engaged. Left knee tracking directly over left ankle. Inhale, offer your heart, look forward. Exhale, step your back foot in to meet your front and fold. Take a breath in Uttanasana. Inhale, look up halfway, keeping your neck neutral. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root down into your feet. A little bit in your knees as you rise up. Palms touching at the top. Through the center, all the way. Samastitihi. Mountain pose. And re-engage your feet. Feel that connection. The prana swirling through your body as things start to open up. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, this time sit into chair pose. And really weight into your heels here. If your back is at all tweaky or your shoulders, mine is, so I'm not keeping my arms vertical. You can bring your arms in front of your heart. You can rest them on your thigh. You can goalpost your arms, or you can bring them into the traditional shape. Again, that's part of being compassionate with your body, meeting yourself where you are today. Weight is in your heels. Sit low. Big breath here. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, plant your hands. Step your right foot back once again for lunge. Stick your lunge first. Keep your right hand on the earth. First here is to press your hand into your left thigh. So left hand, left thigh. And we're going to do that so that you can squeeze toward the midline as you get your guts out of the way to twist. Press the back of your heel. Press your heel toward the back of your mat. Be intentional about that. See if you can get a little bit more openness. Bring your left hip toward the midline. So often what happens here is we stick our butt out, bring it toward the center, use that hand to press the thigh toward the center at the same time. From there, lift your left arm up toward the sky. See if you can get a little bit more space. Big inhale. Exhale, untwist, come to plank. Either full chaturanga or supported. All the way down or upward facing dog. To down dog. Or always, you can skip the vinyasa. Totally up to you. Inhale, right leg. Exhale, twist it open. Keeping your torso as squared as possible. Getting into the psoas. Inhale, square and straighten. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose. Cat your back. And then step your foot through. Beautiful, you guys. Excellent. Go ahead and lower your back knee here and curl your back toe. Rise up, Anjayasana, allowing knee to come way over ankle. Good. Little back bend. Inhale. Exhale there. Inhale. Get tall, so come out of the back bend a little bit. Exhale, turn open to your right for a twist. Either stay here or reach for your back foot. You can use your left hand on your thigh for support as a place to start. As you bring this thigh stretch in, and keep your hand there, twisting to your right with the thigh stretch. Good. Go ahead and release. Come back around to the mat. Come back to your lunge. Either leave your fingertips on the earth as you offer your heart forward, or this time, lift your hands off, sweep them back alongside you, palms facing in. As you lift your heart, inhale. Exhale, hands down, step forward, and fold. Inhale, look up halfway. Neck is neutral. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root down to rise up. All the way to palms touching through the center, Samastiti. Take a moment there, mountain pose. Grab water. If you're talking a lot, probably that's only me. Good. Excellent. Re-engage your mountain shape. Inhale, arms up. Exhale into chair once more. Sit low. And actually from here, normally we sit, and we're sitting like we're sitting in a little kindergarten chair. I want you to actually do this little booty push back to the back where you actually take your butt toward the back of the mat, bringing it into your glutes a little bit more than your hamstrings, and then sit lower. Yeah. Just a little bit of a different place to access this shape. Good. Bring your arms up once more. Inhale. Exhale. And fold. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale. Plant your hands. Go ahead and step your left foot back this time. We'll start just by really being intentional about your lunge. So push that heel toward the back of the mat. Keeping left hand down. Bring right hand to right thigh. Press that thigh toward the midline. That's step A. Once more, press that back heel toward the back of the mat. Check in with your right butt cheek. Where is it? Bring it toward the midline intentionally. And to do that, you might actually want to swing it out even more to the right and then circle it back toward the center. See what that does for you. Take a breath, twist to your right, keeping your hand on your thigh, pressing that thigh toward the midline first. Use the leverage of your left hand to lift up a little bit. Engage your core to get your guts into the action and twisting from your lower chakras. Press that back heel toward the back of the mat. And then from there, lift your right arm up. Open up. Finding a little bit more of a back bend. 3, 2, 1. Good. Bring it all the way back to the center. Inhale, plank. Exhale. Take a vinyasa of your choosing, or skip it. Your choice, your body, your practice. Leading in down dog. Take a breath in down dog. Then inhale, left leg up. Exhale, twist it open. But keep your torso square. Re-engage your hands. Really press those knuckles into the mat, particularly the index finger. Use your breath to find more space. Inhale, square and straighten. Exhale, cat your back as you bring your knee to your nose. Retain the breath. Step through lunge. Good. From here, go ahead and lower your back knee. Rise up, Anjayasana. Back bend as left knee comes forward, forward, forward. Good. Come out of the back bend, get tall, inhale. Exhale, open up to your left. Take a breath there. Right hand to right thigh. You can stay there and just use that leverage to open you up more to the twist, or you can add the thigh stretch, bending back knee. Being wobbly, you might need to take your hand to the earth. That's fine. Inhale. Exhale, come out of whatever shape you're in. Back to lunge. Inhale. Stay there. Inhale, lift your hands, or just lift your heart. If you're lifting your hands, bring them alongside you. Squeeze toward the midline. On an exhale, go ahead, fold forward. This time in Uttanasana, grab your elbows, bend in your legs, shake a little bit side to side. Good. Finally building some heat. Taking my sweater off. Good. A little bit side to side. Excellent. Go ahead and release that. If it is accessible for you, lift your feet and step on your hands, stepping on your palms. If that's not accessible for you, stay where you were with your elbows, or just come into whatever version of forward fold feels good for you. If you can step on your palms, really feel that connection between the balls of the feet and the palms. Bend your knees and then put your booty back like we did in that chair shape. So thrust your booty back, straighten your legs, and then fold. Let your head dangle. Really, just letting any negative, limiting thoughts, negative, limiting energy, just pour out of your head, like blah, 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 blah. Shake it off, let it go into the earth. Big belly breath. Exhale it out, and then go ahead and release. Come off your hands. Everybody, Ardha Uttanasana. I like to bring my hands up to my shins when I do Ardha Uttanasana, even though I can reach the floor, because it keeps my neck neutral and my back long. Inhale, Exhale, fold. Inhale, press into your feet. Rise up. Oh, hands to the center. Samastitihi. Good. And again, feel the prana moving through you, drawing up the earth energy up all the way through your body. Shaking it up. Excellent. Okay, go ahead and root into your left foot here. Step into your left foot and take your right leg into a tree shape. So Rikshasana, either low, so your kickstand version, medium or high. Try to balance here for just a moment. So when you're there, it's squeezing toward the midline. So it's the push-pull action. This right foot is pushing into left thigh. Left thigh is pulling toward the midline. Good. Hands in front of heart. Maybe take your hands up over your head. Tucking tailbone, getting tall. We're going to play for a second. Bring your hands back in front of your heart. Turn your knee toward the front of your mat. A little bend in your left leg as you arc forward and shoot that right leg back into warrior three. And pushing that heel, like we've been doing in lunge all morning, pushing that heel toward the back to get long and create more space. Hands can stay in front of your heart, or they can reach back alongside you or in front of you. Breathing, and then step back into crescent. Just take it all the way back into crescent. Beautiful. Arms reaching up toward the sky, sit low. Inhale, little back bend. Exhale, dive forward, just like we did in that lunge shape. Bend deeply into your front leg, arms swooping back alongside you. Squeezing shoulder blades together. Good. Inhale, come back up. Exhale. Just like we did before, twist to your left. You need to bring your knee to the earth, that's okay. Good. Maybe stay there or bring your hands together in front of your heart and come down into a full twist here. Again, knee on mat is option. Your body may just force you to do that like mine just did. Hey, that's what we're here for. Ahimsa. Push. Inhale. Good. Exhale. Come out. Hands down to the mat. Step back to plank. Inhale. You can take a vinyasa or if you like, or skip it. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Breath in down dog. Good. Bottom of an exhale, step up or walk to the top of the mat. Inhale, look up halfway, keeping back long, neck neutral. Exhale, pull. Inhale, root down to rise up. Through the center. Samastitihi. All right, second side. Root into right foot, starting with tree, Rikshasana. Small, medium, or large. Your shape wherever you feel your balance is today. Squeeze toward the midline, tuck the tailbone, hands in front of heart. Drishti, focused on a place that's not moving. Little tiny bend in right knee keeps it from hyperextending. Arms up if that's accessible for you. Full expression. Bring your hands back to the center if they're not there already. On a breath, turn your knee toward the front of the mat. Little bend in your right knee, and then push that leg back into warrior three. Push that heel toward the back. Your toes can be pointed down toward the mat. Sometimes it feels nice to point the toes toward the back, so you can play with that. But whatever it is, use that heel first to step on that invisible wall behind you. Hands can stay in your heart center, or you can bring them alongside you or in front of you. Use your core, lift that leg, breathing for 3, 2, 1. Step it all the way back into crescent, even if you wobble getting there. I'm wobbly today. Little back bend at the top. Inhale. Good. Exhale, come out of the back bend. Inhale, get tall. Exhale, twist it open to your right. Good. Stay there or bring left elbow to outside of right thigh, palms touching. Open it up into a deeper twist. Again, heel to the back of the mat. Gives you stability and space. Big belly breath. One good untwist. Inhale. Sweep it up. Bring your hands alongside you. Flying superhero. And then to the mat. Plank. Chaturanga. Upward facing or cobra. Down dog. Child's pose. Big toes touching, knees wide. Breathing here, grounding your energy down. We're going to move into a hip opener. So I recommend pigeon. If pigeon is not good for your body today, you can take it to your back and do supine pigeon, otherwise known as figure 4. Or you can do double pigeon or fire log. Inhale, come to down dog, and then take your right leg up. I like to start this way, sweep it up, and then angle your knee toward your hand. Good. Set your shape first. So tent your fingertips. You may need a prop under your right buttock. Getting nice and tall here. And really turning everything toward the center. And by that I mean this back leg, sometimes we let it get a little wonky, which is why some people like to keep the toe curled under. You don't have to keep the toe curled under, but when you bring your foot to rest on the mat, see if you can turn in toward the center so that you're coming more on the top of your foot, less strain on your knee. Inhale. See if you can get a little bit of length first. And then as you exhale, start to walk it forward. Coming down to forearms or all the way down to forehead, depending on where you're at. If you're in figure 4, your hands are clasped around your thighs or your shin, however it feels best for your body. Just in case anyone needs a demo, you're on your back, right foot is over left thigh. Your right hand is threaded through that needle. You're squeezing toward the center, calf or thigh, pushing right thigh away with elbow. Or you can also cradle that leg into the crook of your elbow for a little bit of a deeper yet supported hip opener. Lots of options. Starting to slow everything down. We did a lot in the lower body today, so this hip really should feel quite delicious. One more full, beautiful breath. You can stay there, or if you want to come up and take a thigh stretch here, twisted thigh stretch, you're going to bend your left leg toward your back. Reach around with opposite arm. Keep left forearm on the earth, and then twist to your right. Let everything go, whatever you're in. Hands down. Come into down dog. Sweep that leg back. And then lower it to the mat. Second side. Inhale. Lift leg up, or you're on your back. Switch the crossing of your leg. Left over right thigh, threading left hand through the needle. Again, if you're upright in pigeon prep, start with toes curled under. Some teachers like to leave it that way for the whole time because it helps your alignment. I don't love that shape, so I tend to uncurl my back toe, but you have to be very intentional with your back leg so that it's not turning out, but rather it's turning in toward the center. Top of the foot on the earth, no strain on the knee. Sit up nice and tall first. Inhale, and then exhale. Slowly make your way forward. And if you're on your back and figure 4 is not feeling like quite enough, you can cradle your left leg, which exactly replicates this pigeon prep shape. Extending your right leg out, maybe lifting it off the mat even, as you cradle your leg like a baby and put the sole of your left foot into the crux of your right elbow. Meet yourself wherever you are today with compassion, non-judgment. Non-violence starts with us. We cannot bring peace into the world when there is a storm inside of us. We have to calm our own storms first. We cannot bring principles of non-judgment to external beings if we are sitting in judgment to our internal being. Take another slow, long, deep breath there. And either stay for a couple more breaths or come up to right forearm. Bend right leg in, reach around with left hand and grab the foot. Twisting, open, heart offering. Little back bend there. Go ahead and release. Hands to the mat. If you're here, otherwise just squeeze your knees in and give them a hug. If you're in this shape, sweep it back to three-legged down dog. Before bringing it down, one final breath in down dog. Releasing through your mouth. Again, inhale. Through your nose, release it through your mouth. You could do this on your back too. Inhale. Good. If you're in down dog, come down to your knees and make your way all the way to your back, squeezing your knees into your center when you get there. Preparing here in the center. It's a little chilly when you come down to the mat, so I'm re-suiting up. Just come to your back. We're going to take one Setu Bandha. This is for a final sort of back bend, so that's a bridge pose, just to have a little bit of a counter stretch. Plant your feet hips distance apart and then lift your hips. Clasp your hands underneath you if you can. Otherwise, palms face down into the mat. Press the floor away. Shoulders underneath you. Lifting high. Breathing for 3. 2. 1. Go ahead and release all the way in. Squeeze the knees in one more time. Rock a little bit side to side. Open your arms out into a T. Inhale. Exhale, drop your knees to the left, flip to your right. Simple supine twist, shoulders opening. Inhale through the center. Exhale, knees to the second side. Inhale through the center. Maybe take a happy baby by grabbing soles of the feet, bringing the knees toward the armpits. Maybe even straighten your legs out if that feels good. Just take a few moments here. Tune into your body and feel any final shape that you maybe need. When you're ready, come into a brief Shavasana. Letting it all go, coming into stillness. When you're ready, go ahead and bring some movement to your fingers and toes. And if you're at home and you are at home and you have time, you can stay here for as long as you'd like. Even 10 minutes. Really absorb the gifts of today. Otherwise, roll to your side, bringing your hands to a little pillow for your head. With eyes closed or gaze soft, use your hands to once more help you come to a seated position. Just let your internal gaze shift from the place between your eyebrows or your third eye center down into your heart. The flame of your heart burning bright. Bring your hands in Anjali Mudra in front of your heart. That's prayer position. And from there, send some of that metta, loving kindness, and karuna, compassion, out into the world. Take a breath and inhale. And as you exhale, deliver some of that intentionally into your body as well. So this beautiful circle. And take a breath of gratitude to yourself for showing up today. For practicing, spending this hour and 10 minutes practicing self-love, being compassionate, generating compassion, loving kindness, which leads to joy and a state of equanimity. Spending this time cultivating compassion so that we can bring the principle of nonviolence, ahimsa, into all of our interactions off of the mat. And take a breath of gratitude for those who have joined, for everyone who's joined together in sharing this time and space this morning. Gratitude that we are able to connect through these virtual means. Gratitude to RBC for being our Sangha home. And then take a breath and offer it as a prayer for boundless compassion to all beings, particularly those who are suffering, health, economic strife brought on by the pandemic. Let's close with an Om inhale. May all beings be happy, healthy, free from danger, fear, and suffering. May we tend to one another with boundless compassion and rise together in love. Thank you for sharing your energy this morning. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Remember, you can always contribute Donna to Arena Buddhist Center, Venmo, PayPal, send a check in the mail, however it works for you. Drop it off at the center. Really appreciate your contributions. Thank you so much. And join us tomorrow for a special Bodhi Day service online. If you have to be here, you can, but online, we can all be together and spread more love. Thank you all so much. Have a blessed Saturday.